All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and subscribe. So, as you know, we were coming over the Imaxit channel to come straight over here just to chop up the Michail Antonio, Demarai Gray, Latibodir, and also Deshaun Bernard. So we have four players that we wanted to chop up. We just did not add their names in the description as to secret purposes. All right. So Jason, this is the link, Jason. Yes, so we're going to start with Mr. Michail Antonio first, and then we are going to get through all of the things. As soon as they come in, make sure to hit the like button so we can get the visibility up and running for us. All right. Yeah, man. So just do that and we can continue. So Michail Antonio crowned UEFA Conference League champion. All right, a big feat. Let me update it right here so we can put it for you so you know how it goes. So obviously, Michail Antonio was not on the score sheet for on the night, but obviously he was a pivotal part in order for them to reach this place in this part in the first place. And this is history if it's in relation to Jamaican reggae boys. All right, so yeah. So Jason, big up. What happened? Everything all right?
Yeah, man, everything is good. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna have the camera off for just a second here.
No problem.
But yeah, no, just very pleased that Michail Antonio and his team were able to get the victory. I'm sure you're gonna let the people know, but I believe without checking, this is the first international Jamaican player that will be winning a European trophy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So big kudos to him. You always want to see your international players have success and get trophies and gain notoriety. And I think it couldn't happen to a more worthy player. He has put in the work over his career, and it's just great to see that, he gets paid off in this big way. So that was very happy for him.
All right, so guys, remember, smash the like button. This is a post match, and you know, say the street, I go run it down. So you have to make sure you hit the like button because we did put our work in. You get me? We never just run, come start a stream. So make sure to get it up so the algorithm favor us. And we have other stories that we wanted to talk about, but we have to start with Michail Antonio first. All right, yeah, man. Job bless JD. Yeah, man. We know the thing, man. We know the thing, man. Congratulations, yeah, man. We just focus on the player itself. We definitely not focus on nothing more. Never even make no more sense. We know what would have happened and exactly what would have happened and we expect. That's how it goes. Did he play full time? Yes, he played full time. He came off in the 90 plus 2 minutes. So he played full time. Triple E, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Sir, right, honorable, extra, super big, Michail Antonio. All right.
Man, get some extra title to them. Like it, Cat. I like it.
JD, what you going to say about his older play today? I have not said it. Demarai, I have not said anything as yet. You understand me? My goodness, it's like the man, mom.
So wait, is that comment like a bad? Like what is that?
No, I think he wants to say that I'm gonna overpraise him or something. You know, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Take your time, boss. We don't even start.
Wow, I have not even said anything as yet. I said I have four players that I wanted to talk about, and this guy already start fight. That Mario, Wally Patom Miyagaki, just don't worry yourself. JD, we all can say that Antonio is the best Jamaican player ever, and win the Conference League. It's gonna be there. Bless up. And then we have S Technique in the house. Long time we don't see him in a massive respect. All right, Joan, Osh Puppy, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. See Tennessee, Warboard Tennessee is back.
Tennessee, me just ask which part of the from where they see a pop up right away. But it look like I Imaxit alone, you fella.
No man, him on the two channel. Him love war man, so him have on the channel was Suriname there because even today you have people asking about Tennessee. Tennessee always a war with Suriname, Canada or somebody. Everyone knows Tennessee everywhere. One bad Tennessee, you know? Yeah, man. How can we have 5 likes on the like button? You see me I talk about? Let me add Demarai Gray. So I'm gonna put up his stats and just give you a take. Jason. And then I come in.
So for me, obviously West Ham didn't have, I would say, as much as the ball as they would like, especially not in positions when Antonio was well supported. So I think the fact that he was still able to not register a goal, and still get close to a 7 in the game shows you all about what he did in the game. Um, he was a beast in the duels. Won more than 50% of all of his duels for the game. At times maybe he could have done some better decisions when he did get in possession of the ball. But I think a lot of the time it was such a mad scramble for him to win the ball that I'm not going to fight him too much for that. And I think any time that they had a corner kick or a set piece, he was occupying the goalkeeper space and making it very difficult. So, a lot of times when a striker plays that lone role and they don't have much of the ball, you have to really dig deep into the analytics to really understand why the coach wouldn't even think to take him off at any point. He was constantly that person that was you know for me it's Antonio's presence, right, that allows Bowen to make that overlapping run to win the game. So without that focal point, that space is not there for Bowen. So you have to check deeper and see what are the things that Antonio does, because that easily could be one of our Jamaican wingers overlapping Antonio when we play in the Gold Cup. So you have to look at all of these things. But I think a 6.8 is a fair grade. Obviously he didn't get a goal or an assist to put him into the sevens. But I think on everything else that he did, what you want from him, holding up the ball, winning opportunities when he's outmarked, he did all of those things, and he was fouled 4 times on the night. So that's
He was
that's
fouled
another thing.
24 times. No, he was
Yes,
fouled 17 times on the night. 17
there were
times. He got 4 fouls out of
there
the
were 4
17 times.
registered. Yes.
Yes,
So
4 registered.
look, he put in a shift, man. And one thing to know that Antonio played well. Antonio this season has been typically a 70-minute or so player. And the fact that he played the entire 90, that just shows you that he was putting in the work that Moyes wanted. So good performance from Antonio.
All right. For me, it's hard for me to say much difference, uh, but I would just add to it to say that he was very good in the game, in terms of you, as what I said the entire season. This man, is on the field. He occupies space so good. It's like for two players, so it's easy for you to get away, on the field. Pretty much what I'm saying is, for instance, Jason was saying at one point that they needed to put four on the press. He can occupy the two defenders just in that space because the danger that he does bring. You understand me? Occupy that space, so it makes people don't have to jump to certain things. You get me? You can with him you can have two others. You don't have to have the full four, and then you can have a more secure, midfield to defense line. So it helps your team be a much more balanced team because of what he offers going forward, and his recovery pace as well, and his breakaway pace as well, because all of that was unsure. So I want to say that he did his job, and he did a job, that required on the night. They did not go for what's his name again? Ings. They could have gone for Ings then. Why they didn't go for Ings? Clearly because of what he did. You understand me? So we have to give him respect, man. Yeah, we have to give him respect and just realize that sometimes football is a little bit different than what we expect it to be. Yes, sometimes a little bit different than what we expect it to be. So we have to just put some respect, on their name. Yeah. So I wanted to go um over the stats, and then we can move on after, because we have the Demarai Gray situation. Guys, as I come in, it makes no sense you're here, and smash the like button with the conversation just the same, because it helps the visibility. So just let we know what's up. Yeah, man. JD, pause the live and make the man press the like button. The problem is, S technique. When you click on the video, it stops register the likes. So at this point, let me tell you where it's at. It's at 37 likes. You understand me? But some of them do that because, you can't bother people. What happened is technique. When my real people them come in, naturally they hit the like button. You understand me? You have a lot come and participate. We are right with it. We are right with it. But once it's over time, the real people will come in and hit the like button. It always up on the stream. The first set of people come in, you will see it on 15 people, 0 likes. So those are the people that come to the information that want the information to go elsewhere. And that's how it goes. But we are okay with that because it's not, you know, we're good. We're good. Jamaican Guna, you notice only JD talk about Mikel Antonio. No, it's post match time now, so others will talk about it. It's good coaching. That's why he keeps Antonio on the field because he knows what Antonio does. Let me just go over the stats. Big up yourself, Arthur Love, man. Massive, massive respect. Thanks for the continuous support. All right. So 89 minutes, which is 90 plus 2 minutes. He had one shot in the game, two of four dribbles completed, 30 touches. His passes was 4 of 7, 57%. Obviously, that's a little bit of passes, but he was much more in duels. 8 of 14 ground duels, 3 of 5 aerial duels. All right, so that is 11 of 19 duels. So that is very good on the night. You see what I'm talking about? So if you're not, if you're stuck on the passing, you realize that he was doing much more combative stuff there. 13 times last position, two fouls committed, four fouls called on his side, one time offside, and two tackles completed with 2 times dribble pass. I think it was a solid performance from him. Solid, you know. Yes. So, anyways, now we added Demarai Gray to the title because we did early video and you guys asked a few questions about it. We wanted to go through it as well because this person is asking me what me meant about that. So Demarai Gray, as to what they said, it looks like they're learning the process about how the thing goes. Like for instance, when a player come into Jamaica, they might require not just 2 things, but more likely 4 things overall. You have the passport, you have the citizenship. That is the 2 things connected by Jamaica. But you have the release from the FA, and then you have the overall write-off from the FIFA body. So it's 4 things in total you have to complete. So it looks like look at Demarai Gray. When it was reported, the president said they never got the passport as yet, but they can assure that they are going to get the passport. But it will still need clearance on top of the passport as well. You understand me? So it maybe look like it's between the clearance and the FIFA overall completion. Because persons told me that the passport is already ready. I don't know. I will stick with what the president says, that they don't have the passport as yet, but they expect everything to come through just to be safe. I'm not saying that I don't believe my people. I'm just saying it makes sense because it's no rush for me to come and fool. Tell you a bag of things because I want to tell you a bag of things. Let me just keep it right there as to because I don't know of him having no passport in his hand. You understand me? But he should have it, and him having it still don't guarantee him to play. You still have other things that you have to complete, but maybe that will take a week or two, or maybe 3 days. We don't know, so we will wait until that time before I can say he's surely going to play for Jamaica. You know, but you can see that the intention is there because once he agrees, and it's just a matter of time, basically. You know, so Jason, what you
Yes.
think he adds, what you think he truly adds to Jamaica team, Demarai Gray? What you think he truly adds to the Jamaica team? And people can drop in the comment section. Massive respect everybody that comes through. Sean Nice, big up yourself. Thanks for the super chat, man. Keep doing your work, man. And Instagram. Watch it the other night. You and around 3 ladies. I mean, I know how you have 3 ladies one time. You know, but on the internet attack, you know. Yeah, man, big up, man. You do a good work. Um,
I think
Jason.
yeah, I think Demarai Gray adds just quality, just another player that we can utilize in attacking position, with a very high level of football IQ, and one that I have seen play in multiple positions at a high level in the English Premier League. So a player that I think Jamaicans have been excited about for a while. This is not the first window or games that are coming up that we thought that we might have him. But this seems to be the most, definitive statements I've heard from the administration about his, acquiring of his passports and stuff of that nature. So, My only concern is, I'm still yet to hear that he will be there. I'm still hearing there's a bit of, he might make it or he might not make it. So, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, man, I can hear. I can hear. It's just somebody on my phone. Me just,
Oh,
me
okay,
them
okay,
just-
okay, cool.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So that's the only part about it, JD, that worries me a little bit because I remember I had heard in the past that he would be available, and then when the time comes, he doesn't have it. So, um, my question is, did it sound to you in what you read that they were surprised about the whole clearance aspect of it and they didn't know?
I just think no. I think they should know about the clearances, but for some reason, it looks like every time they are doing something, it's like a new thing they are doing again. That is what That's the only thing I can't really stand about how they approach things. Is it maybe it's actually a new thing, and maybe it's someone new dealing with these documents, You understand? Than before. You understand? I don't know because they do switch so fast. You don't even know what is truly reality reality at times, so because
So
it looks like they were shocked towards the thing because and all of these mans had to come and do this thing. So why are you shocked? You should have been flicking.
so
No, look, the
so
reason
is the
why I said they should
clearance
have been
so is the
shocked.
difference of allegiance happening because he represented them at the youth level, or like because
Yes, yes,
okay,
yes. I
okay,
think it's much more difficult when you played for them before. You understand me?
exactly,
Because now you have to
exactly.
file the full one-time switch program, and they have to look at it and look through everything. But
So
I
so
think we
so
should be
so
ready.
Latibodair will be dealing with the same as well.
Yes, I think so. But remember, Lati Body around the team a long time ago, and he gave his word a long time ago. So maybe they already got that so far, or maybe not.
Okay,
I don't know. I I don't know. Maybe not. So
yeah,
I'm here.
because
I'm not.
because I'm wondering if you had to have had the citizenship and the passport in order to then get the clearance,
Yes,
or if
yes, yes.
it's
That is true.
right. So even if he had been committed from before, he just recently got his documents. So that would mean that he would have had to get the clearance as of now, even though he's been around the team from Catalonia and whatnot.
Yes,
So
yes.
that could be a whole other thing again.
But here, Danica said, remember, Drew Spence had to have a clearance to represent Jamaica, and that took a while, because the first time she came, and the next girl as well, the one from Liverpool, when she came, she couldn't play the whole time. Remember, she wouldn't play
Because
the whole
she
time.
Drew Spence didn't show up until the final stage. But in the one before that, she was there, but she couldn't actually play. Because I remember
Yeah,
her
and the
being
next,
in the
and
camp,
mhm.
and then or was it that she couldn't play like the first
And
couple
the next,
game or something?
was it Jade? Was it Jade? She came and she
Yes,
never played
yes,
none at
Liverpool.
all for
Yeah,
the
the
whole
Liverpool girl.
that whole window. So sometimes you never can know, guys. You never can know. Jade
No, what
came and never
happened
played
was
the whole
Jade.
thing.
I think Jade get to play the final one, like the game to beat who beat in the last one.
I think she came after. She came after and played after. I think she came the first one, never played none at all. And
Right.
people was actually complaining about them pick players that not playing none
That
at all.
can play. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
she played one more. So I think that's how it goes. So the clearance thing can be tricky, but I do believe that they should have been pro on this thing now because we are linked to England. So I think they should be pro on this thing and should find a way how to make it much more cemented. So that's something that they have to work on in the future. Um,
For sure.
we have Deshaun Bernard. Deshaun Bernard, they're saying at this point, Deshaun Bernard, he's going to come for play for Jamaica as well. He has to make a decision. So let me try and get Bernard here because Bernard he's at he's at Manchester United rightfully, right? He's at
Mm-hmm.
Manchester United rightfully, but he's on loan at this point. All right, he went on
Yeah.
loan two times. Two times he went on loan, and he impresses. They want to sign him. They want to sign him. Big up Travis. Big up everyone that came in. Massive respect. Please hit the like button as soon as they come in because we're not going to spend the whole time in it. Maybe 1 hour max. All right. So Deshaun Bernard. Um, they want to keep him and stuff, but it looks like United is not. Uh, they are not done with him. It looks like they still want to assess him. So similar to the Hutchinson situation, they have him as a wonder kid. He never kicked on because of injuries. But once he goes on loan, which is lower level, Championship and League One, they are lower level. But that tells you the quality of the player. They always want him to stay there, and he kept going back to Manchester United. So what say you guys? Should he take this time to go back to? Should he go back to Manchester United this time, or stay at a club? Just leave a different club to get game time.
Uh, what is his contract situation with United? Because I think that will factor in greatly with what they do with him. Because I think they're probably thinking at this point with his age and his profile and stuff, um, they would want to maybe loan him out to another, maybe this time try to get him a loan to a Premier League team or definitely a Championship team, and see if his value can raise again before they sell him. But that would only be possible if they have him tied down. So I'm just not sure how much more he has left.
He has
Contract
one more
until
year. I'm putting
2024.
yeah, I'm putting it up on the screen. He's until 2024.
Okay, so that means by January he'll be able to talk to other clubs to leave on a free.
Yes, and
So this is a
obviously
crucial time for him, honestly, crucial with his age
so
and his contract.
so Jason, that's what I started the conversation with. It said they're crucial because that's what article came out, because naturally when a player winding down their contract, they started to talk about other things. You understand me? So that's what I'm saying. What you think is the best move for him? So I'm just asking people in the chat what they think is the best move for him. Let me know.
I,
We are
I
gonna
think the
go.
best sorry, JD, not to cut you, but the best move for him right now is the opportunity that he thinks will give him the most game time. I think more than anything, you know what I mean? So um I I think he should try to stay at United, um and try to force his way into some opportunities in the preseason. And once he does some of that, then he would be able to better analyze if he should stay or go. Um, but I think more than likely United with 1 year left might be looking like he could be a good candidate to sell while his value is still decent.
I want to agree on the valuation here. Like the evaluation to say that his market value will rise again. April 5th, the last update, 2.5 million. Let me see if it drops at any point. Um, it drops, yeah, it drops from
It dropped a
3.5
little bit.
because of the
Yeah,
injury, but I think
injury.
it still stays well in that little realm to kick off go up. He's a quality player, guys. I think this player, you're going to be so impressed with this player. Yeah, remember when I talked about him, a while back, um, he has recovery pace. You see,
Mm-hmm.
like we talk about Damian Lowe. I talk about Damian Lowe. He has recovery pace, maybe rivaling Damian Lowe as well. He has proper timing. His IQ is very high, and he's 22. You understand me? So if we can get those players in now, he is going to be very good, man. And that's why it's so important for him to make a decision so he can stay much more stable. At this point, Bernard for leave permanent. All right. So that's what Jamaican Guna goes with. Leave. All right. All right. I'm a 22 and need game time. Loans are lower league club. Yeah. True. Um,
Unstable, yeah.
who score? Who score for them?
It was Ben Rama
Ben
penalty
Rama
and
score and
Bowen.
Bowen score
Yeah,
after Paqueta set up Bowen to score.
Bowen.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you said that one. Latibodier, no, Latibodier was not linked. He tried to get a contract with top clubs in the championship. Like he's trying to look from championship and upwards, Latibodier. But he's like dictating what he wants. That's the first article came out. Now we're hearing that Luton might want to go there for him. So you think it's the right approach Latibodier has?
Um, Look, I don't know if it's the best thing to be openly saying it, like you're looking for clubs and all these things. I mean, I
Hmm.
think in football,
And
that's
the
why you have
giving
an
and giving out like ultimatum for what you
demands.
want. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the best way to go about it. I think, that's why you have an agent and you pay him a fee. Those things need to be coming from him. And that's normally agent wouldn't be acting like that. So I don't know if I agree totally with the strategy, but it seems like clubs are still in for him. So he must know more than we do to have that much of a say in it, and to say those things, and don't think it will have a backlash. But it seems like it's working, because every day I see more clubs popping up saying that they're looking at him. So I think the player has a what I say a profile that is wanted, especially in the modern game, and so he will land the club. The level of the club, I'm not so sure just yet. I want to lean more towards the championship, but I think a team that is closer to the relegation places could also be in play for him as well, in the Premier League.
Okay.
That is.
So I leave a Premier League team to a relegation level or just promoted team then basically.
Yeah, like mid to lower table,
Because
or just promoted.
we're
Yeah.
not going to go into this thing talking about teams who are relegation team, because Fulham embarrass you, So at least me. So
And
yeah.
that's
So
the
big up.
truth. That's the truth. Because I mean, even at a time this season, I thought Aston Villa might finish 18th, and look how a coach comes in and the team is turned around. So the Premier League is just different. It's hard to predict, and there's going to be a team that you thought wasn't going to be good, and they end up beating a lot of teams.
Yeah. Juras, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Patrick, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. JD Portsmouth said they are interested to. What we know, we reported that. Chris Smith, we reported it. I said it. I said it. I said it. Yes. Yeah. The demand. I don't like the demand attitude from Latibodir. At least to his agent side. Like they are going out and saying that. I don't really like that. Obviously he's a quality player, but maybe that's the way the agents do their thing, and I can't fight them. All right, so guys, at this point we are 27 minutes in. Want to go like a hour, but let's see if we can get the video up to at least 150 or even 200. So we have 140 here. So just please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. We have done other videos, reports coming out, and we only do reports coming out. We don't have any affiliation with any direct sources. So when you put something out, don't question where you hear something else. We only go off facts at the time on the screen. We have, that's what we do. So if you hear that who gets their passport, I will stay with what I heard the president says, and then once it goes to other updates, I will come and give you. Maybe I won't be breaking news, but at least I will always have the accurate news at the time until the update comes. So I can't mislead you or anything, or you maybe perceived it as misleading. You understand me? I will always try to go off that one. So just work with what I'm doing, man, because it's still organized and still professional, just the same. Yeah, man. So that is Deshaun Bernard, people. Deshaun Bernard. All right. Deshaun Bernard. Balaki, what is so funny? Deshaun Bernard. Oh, you're back now. All right. So Deshaun Bernard. Then we have Nitro said, Latibodir can also play as a CDM role. Joel is excellent defensively and very good at passing the ball, but it takes more than that to be a CDM. I think he has to learn the role a lot more. But I think if you put him in there and say to do a job, he would be the best suited player to do the job. You understand me? Out of a defensive role. I do believe that. Like if you're going to take all the centre backs him because of his skill set, he could do it. And I don't think. I think Bell, Amari Bell, could do it easier because we keep sleeping on Amari Bell. Amari Bell can work in midfield as well because I saw him play as a left midfielder. So Amari Bell can work in midfield and cause problems as well. I think he could even change over if that's the case. So what's that showing us? Let me get this up for you. Let me get this up for you because we can just look through the players them via this one. I never even remember. Let me get the Jamaica one. All right. So people, should we have the? Uh, I don't think this is a video for doing it. Tomorrow we can do that one, Jason. Right? We can. We can avoid that one. We can avoid that one now. Look at that 600,000 Jamaican under 23 value. What? Jamaica listed under 23 players? Hey, Jason? All right. Richard King can play there too. I don't know about that. Okay, in your opinion, maybe he played here in the Premier League, but I don't have the level that I want to say that they can play there. You know, I have to see them at a higher level playing football, and I have not seen King at a higher level playing football. 300 likes, let's go. Yeah, that would be very good. You know, because at least you have been out there. In what system do you play a defensive right and defensive left midfielder? 4-2. You can play 4-2 3-1 system. You can play them in it. You can play a 3-5-2.
3-2,
3-5-2 would
3-2-4-1.
consider it. Yeah, because 3-5-2 would be attacking midfield and two defensive central. I think 3-5-2 naturally use two defensive central, so that is the
There's a
main system.
few. There's a few
Yeah.
systems really because if you play a deeper 4-4-2, that's like defensive left and right as well. So yeah, there's a few systems.
hmm So, should we? No, we're not gonna do any more transfer conversation. Tomorrow we will talk about those transfer because that is too drama filled. Yeah, you can't touch these transfers. So, Ethan Pinnock, no upgrade. Obviously, he's gonna go maybe closer to him a little bit more. Yeah. All right. So, all of those guys are okay now. All of those guys are okay now. At this point. Yeah. So, Ravel Morrison, Ravel Morrison. He's still training at the location, so he's fit enough. But should he find a club in order for we to keep him as the mainstay, or you think that he's okay, at least this present time as to what Jamaica has to offer?
Yeah, I think that the last part of the question is why I would say he sticks around. I mean, there's just not other capable midfielders right now that I think would replace him, regardless of whether he's playing games or not. The good thing is he's training full time in a professional setup, so he have access to the gym, recovery. I mean, obviously you cannot duplicate actual speed of the game, so that's something that will be an issue for him, but I think that the coach knows that, and that's why I think we'll see him feature a lot in the two games leading up to the Gold Cup because he, more than anybody, would need that game time.
Okay, fair enough. What say you guys in the comment section? Because we have to still ask those questions because it makes sense to ask them, due to the fact that all of these things should be factoring when you're picking a squad. Obviously, when it comes down to picking a squad in Jamaica, um, I, 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 I've gotten a clip and I'm listening to it properly, and it looks like anytime it comes down to picking squads in Jamaica, um, it's a little bit more difficult because I heard man waffling when it comes on to um, I heard man waffling when it comes on to people not playing football completely, and literally
Yeah,
you can see that they have deteriorated, but yet still Jamaica still have a space for them. Should we be moving away from those type of players? Because for instance, for instance, Junior Flemings. Junior Flemings is the person I'm going to look at this point. You honestly believe that a spot should be reserved for Junior Flemings, to be honest, based on what you're seeing and what the inputs are? Everyone can answer the question. And guys,
no,
remember,
look,
we are just having a conversation, so don't come with the disrespect
I
or not.
think
We're just talking.
I think the difference with Flemings and Morrison is just the position, right? So we have
Hmm
players where Flemings plays predominantly that are playing more consistently and are, just playing at a higher level at the time. Now in midfield and the position where Ravel will be playing, I just don't see the players there that are at the requisite level that are playing enough football to say, okay, Ravel Morrison, until you are playing week in, week out, you cannot make the squad. I just don't think that the player is there. So, you know, I hate to not have a rule across the board that say, listen, if you're not playing games, you can't make the squad. but I think we still have to be pragmatic and think about what we need in the team. And in
Mm-hmm.
that midfield role, there, I mean, if anybody in the chat can name 5 midfielders better than Ravel Morrison right now that can represent Jamaica, then I will put my hands up and say he shouldn't make the squad. But I guarantee you, none of you can do that. So that's why he would still be in the team.
Yeah. Martin, you have anything to say? Before you go anywhere, guys, we have 155. Please do get the likes to 150 so we can get the visibility up there. We're only doing 1 hour because it's a post match. We are doing the live stream over the Imaxit channel, but most of you guys never got the chance to come. But obviously, we are here to do it nonetheless. So drop a like here, just the same. Rasta said, Rasta Gil, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Said, big up my football doctor. You are making us forever proud, bro. Keep on kicking. Consistency, dedication, hard work, keeping it real will all adds up to success. Top shelf content. All right, I love the fact that someone really acknowledged that. Massive respect. Thanks very much. We are going to try our best. We are trying to keep it clean as well, and do a lot more things, because what we're doing is always football related, Yes. So, Martin, what say you on that? Because personally, the reason why we have these conversations is because sometimes people that's in position making decision said some things, and people try to send it to me so I can add it to my list in conversation. So that's why we are asking about it. And because Junior Femins made the list at first, I never had any problem. But so the conversation started to be strong, as if like they want to find a way to put him in the team. So that's why we're having this conversation rather than just jump past it, because that's our job and we have to stand on it. So go ahead, Martin. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. First, the big up Captain Jamaica for them with a win today. Big up yourself, Antonio. Enough love and people. Love the look. We love the look here in Jamaica. Big up yourself, man, Bala. Me Frank, JD and JC, The fact is, you see that word our name, investment. Investment. I make some of them ball and make the team because some man in the football federation put enough money upon them youth at JD. Because you see Flemings and Bimbo was one of the greatest baller after any whisper everything for Barna and Maggie in a Manning Cup. The man them invest in the player them JD, and the fact is any chance for them see when them investment can make a money, them and go push them in. I'm not going at the technical talking, me just direct and frank. I just the facts because Fleming not playing anything. Nothing at all. Me that put normal camera over Flemings, and you see how Flemings make it. At the investment, JD, that are my point. Me don't know what you believe, but that are my point what me see right now. Cause most of the man them where you see green, Bygrave. Enough man investing in them in a football. And guess what? The man they were investing in the player them have power. Thomas, nobody can tell me say Thomas play one good game for Jamaica. And every time Thomas get called up, they're not even that give you a new face in a JPL. No, but guess what? The man they win, them push too much money upon them player them JD. And money have to make back.
All
And
right.
that's
So,
just my
so
point.
that's your opinion on it.
Yeah,
All
man,
right.
my
So,
opinion. I me say Martin,
all
no
right. Fair.
JD
No,
or
no,
JS,
no, no,
me
no,
say.
no. No, man, me understand, me understand. But me just say that's your opinion on it, and that is fair. That is fair. Obviously, people will say you don't have the proof on that and stuff. So because they don't have the proof
Yeah,
on that,
JD, but them only come when they want to prove when it's not for them narrative. When they want
yes,
for them
yes,
narrative,
yes.
them don't show. Tell me, me could have come to them about thousand things topic and say, brother, where's your proof? Let me say that to them now. Them friend attack you. So if me not no proof, so when you come show me phone proof too. Because
All
me
right.
see
So,
some topic on YouTube and me see no proof. So me don't know what
all
to
right,
say.
all right. So Martin, respect. But as you know, no problem. Fair enough. So you brought up something solid there. So what would you say to this then? So you're saying that the people that leave Jamaica, because it's not just overseas included, but the people that leave Jamaica get a hard rock because I look at Zimenez. Because we have it's a hard talk this, guys. People who don't want the hard talk or not, let me hear when you say yes or no. So let me give you people a minute. Yes or no. You guys like the hard talk because we have to touch topics, but a lot of people say we should not touch it and those stuff. Remember, we are very much intelligent as to anybody here. You understand me? Anybody on this space. so we can touch it and don't have to be disrespectful or anything. We can just talk freely. So, but we want to know what the fans really want, or the associate towards our thing really want. So, Zimenez. So look at Zimenez now. Zimenez. I'm gonna show you how we can lose ourselves in certain things only. Zimenez played in the Manning Cup. Never started the Manning Cup good enough. He was sluggish. His coach took him out, right, Jason? Then he came back in. With quality performances at the tail end. At the tail end, right? At the tail end, he puts in the quality performances. Then went up to sign to younger circle and circle blagger. Started off, played 5 games. Then the international break came in. He played a practice match in between that. Impressed in a practice match and got called up around 3 times to the bench, and 1 time he played. All right. Um, in the Belgian league, I don't see one person that can leave Jamaica and go and start in the Belgian league. So all I'm asking is, who are the evaluators for picking these teams? Because we have to start ask questions now, because it just don't seems coming from an authentic side and a statistic based side. Because if a statistic based side, I am very sorry, I can't see how certain players make this list, and Jimenez is not on this. You understand me? Because
JD,
everything.
but me add something on that too. Remember Zimenez, everybody forget say Zimenez playing at the Gold Cup qualifier. Everybody forget that and all them that praise him. So me not understand all them just soup.
Yeah, but me I
Zimenez
try
disappear.
Martin, me I try get to it. Me I try get to the point. You just cut me off. It's because all I'm
Okay,
trying to say
sorry.
is, all I'm trying to say is, it looks like it's intentional, but it can't be intentional because we just got a new coach, Jason. So if it's a coach up at the team, I need to go have statistic base. I can't understand how a man playing in Belgium and a person plays schoolboy football or playing the JPL, getting picked over that person when that person played good in the JPL, played good in the schoolboy football, and then go to Belgium and break through. So that is three more things. That is three more things better than what? Two more things better than each one of the individuals them have, but yet still he did not get picked or did not go on a list just for motivation. So what are you saying? How can they be the future when they are in Jamaica, but as soon as they do leave Jamaica, they are no more the future? Oh, that makes sense. Let that sink in for you, Jason. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so whenever you can't make sense of anything in a football from a football point of view, there's some other factors at play that are beneath the surface that you're not thinking about, right? And I think Martin touched on one just now when he said maybe there comes a point in the football in Jamaica where we see certain people over and over because of who they are connected to, right? And so it becomes less about the actual talent of the players and more about, who is your representation, who are you friends with, right? And that is the problem with a lot of these players, and it is why when you see squads and you see people that's not performing even in the JPL, and you see them in a preliminary squad for the Jamaica team, and you're wondering how is that possible? You're wondering how is that possible? Oh, Omzo.
No, finish your point before
Ah,
you go to Omzo. Just leave him alone. I don't know where he comes from to
no,
start fights. Just finish your
no,
point
but
first.
I already okay. Well, my point was there's with we're blaming the talent evaluators, but I can't. I don't even know if we can even call them that. I think it's just there's like a network of friends that control all these football players in Jamaica, and if you're not a part of that little network, you're not going to get the bus that you're supposed to get, because I mean, Ricardo Thomas. I don't want to just harp on one player, but Ricardo Thomas been a man make the World Cup squad. The man go on any trip that the ballers from overseas can't go on. Ricardo Thomas start on the team, right? Ricardo Thomas play against Trinidad. Ricardo Thomas in this preliminary squad again. But there are left backs in the actual JPL when me watch better than him. Literally. So why is it that everybody can see these things? I guess it's just opinions people will say, but to me, I think it have more to do with the network of the players. Who are you in line with? And that is what will give you the shot that you're supposed to get. Not necessarily a talent. And I think that's why we can turn around after that and say the talent evaluators in Jamaica don't know what they do. But maybe them shutting out the people that can actually identify the talent because they're not in the friend network. So I think Martin was onto something with that whole thing. And I know that sounds like a lot of opinion and everything, but guys, think about it. Whenever you can't understand something logically, there's some illogical reasons at play. And anything that would take away actually evaluating talent of players and turn it into a friend situation, you're not thinking logically. That's illogical. So that's why it don't make sense.
Okay, fair enough. The only thing we can say is Grim new in the position. All right. All right. Yes, our talk. Well, we're gonna do our talk. Just keep smashing the like button and we'll just do our time and leave. And our processes of evaluation are extremely flawed. All right. Yeah, because I've listened well, and I am telling you, it's not looking really good. And I'm just hoping that we give our players the fair chance to go ahead and maximize their potential. And remember, when you want a person to maximize their potential, you need to have somebody out there to make sure the field is as good as how he could play as well. So that's how he can maximize the potential. He does not need to be playing with a man. He has to like when I saw Greg Lee playing in the Canadian game. And I heard man talking all sorts of things. I heard man saying the guy not playing good. And I'm saying you're not realizing that the guy alone not play good. Just because you don't know about who else are playing not good. Because everybody are play in sync, not good. And this man a play out of him skin. And then when him look on the stats, when him finish and they look at the stats, they're saying, oh wow. Yeah, because he was the only one doing something. So you don't want people depend different playing play with each other because you're gonna just feel it, and this could just lead to a next failure of Jamaica's talented squad. Like yesterday, we talked about something, it just kicked the mind because people are actually talking about the other teams them were rank high money, and me come up and say, say Jamaica the biggest disappointment out of teams in the last 20 years were valued so highly in the Concacaf region, and everybody look at me and say, what true you attack? Look at from 2007 when people start really coming of quality. Jamaica always be in the top 8, but yet still are the top 6, but can never perform higher than the top 6. Are in the top 6. They seems to just can't perform in the top 6. And I just believe that is not because of who is available, but is who selected. You understand me? So if you're gonna select like the what would you call it then? The 10 and 10 thing should stop work. It should be how much players you can actually fit in the team that are at the same level. You get me? It should be 10 man because in Barnes and 10 man because in Barnes. Because sometimes you can really see that, because you look on it and say, but so every time why every time can't go every time, yes, so why it has to be the money and the money, so it's getting annoying now, and it's getting clear. So we're just begging people, just do the right thing, man. We don't want to hear no man. People have the problem. Jason, at the end of the day, Thomas is still one of the best left back in the JPL. So from the standpoint, he would be selected. From that standpoint, he would be selected.
JD, make me say, you're the host, Oh, go on, JD, go on.
No, but
No,
just let me answer to Marlon. Okay, so even if you think he's the best in the JPL, right, which I disagree with, I happen to think that Russell is better. I think Wing is better. I think the guy who plays left side of defense from Cavalier is better. I believe is Leng is his name. So I can call 3 players off the top of my head I think is better. And of course that's opinion. But at the end of the day, just because a player is the best in their position in the JPL, that shouldn't be grounds for selection, Marlon. That's the point we're making. Just because he's the best at left back, in your opinion, in the JPL, doesn't mean he should make any squads.
Okay. All right. Richard says, JD, I agree with you. You could see that with Hutchinson in the Trinidad game, and that's why. Because even yesterday, when I heard the statement of leader saying that King outplay Pinnock more than one occasion, and I'm saying I remember the day when time Mr. Speak came on the program, and I said, so JD, so Pinnock, King perform. I say yes, I saw him perform, you know. So I say, she said him make two mistake in a start and a pinna kid of here try talk to him, forget him and sing. Him say him never say that. Him only see the stats. Him only see the stats. So if you give up two big chances in a game that could have led to something, because it never led to something, you never even know. So that happened at the game. So evaluation comes from actual looking. You get me? Not just statistics only. And that is one of the points showed me that if you don't have time to do it, why take up the position? You get me? Because you're gonna speak from a point of you don't know. You're just saying, okay, the man get 80 years now, the man gets 70 years to say outperforming. So what if you run going to 50 challenges? Because clearly people don't really know about footballing. What if you run going to 50 challenges, but me so smart, me can read where the next player will come? Me not gonna intercept them. So you gonna have more tackles than me. I may have interception. And if me zone the area and then you come and recover and me actually stop the play, you know, and then you come and filter for me, you know. So you can't just come up and say people better than people. So football don't work like that. You
Another
understand me? So
another
Boy,
another an,
Jason,
another
oh, go on, Jason.
no, Minister, say another factor that factored into that, because I know the game you're referencing, the Costa Rica game, was Jamaica's pattern of play was down the right side way more. So you just had more of touches of the ball, more passes. So as you say, if you don't watch the game and you don't see the pattern of play, you're not going to understand the stats as much. So yeah, I mean, soccer sofa can be your friend and your enemy when you come into analyzing football.
Well, as me say, me are the hardcore one, JD. Marlon commenting kind of puzzle me, Me kind of wonder.
no, no, but remember, say you have Ishmael in there because Ishmael got always anything where we say him say the opposite. So you have those people. So him go always say the opposite. I can't give you a informative detailing behind it. So you expect that. That is Ishmael from the first day of on YouTube. And I know what his next plan would have been as well. So many everybody pay them people in mind. Go ahead, Martin.
Yeah, man, I the Marlon comment me at because should you see that talk still about based on it. But if Marlon advise me, say Thomas are one of the best left back player them in the JPL, and as where Jesus said they have a left back Portmore, we may really like and may him play much better than Thomas. And me also see one for Cavalier where me see that player they more comfortable than Thomas, because if Thomas are one of the best left back in our football in a JPL, we're in trouble as a country. That means that them not really develop the player them all them to play them, because there's no way if Marlon come tell me based on merit and people for play based on performance, there's no way Thomas can make back the Jamaican team over and over and over and over and over again, because him never yet perform in a one game. Never me watch every game and me know enough people that agree with me in the chat. So there is a problem in football, and there is a favoritism when it come on
All
to
right.
certain
So
based players.
let we have the conversation then. Let me have the
Yeah.
conversation then. Let me have the conversation. Um, do you think, because let me start right here, because we might have to go over a little bit. Guys, you want the show to extend a little bit? Let me know if you don't want the show to extend a little bit, because we only had a hour, you know. But we realize where this conversation going to. So if you want we to have the conversation, are you okay with it, Jason and Martin? Let me know, because I don't like to take people time up. You get me?
Yeah, me good, man. My
Me
fun time.
okay, yeah, man.
All right. So and people say they should continue. Let we have a conversation now, because we're living in a real world and everyone has feelings and everything. Obviously, we know that in the world, in the places that we came after leaving Jamaica, we kind of realize that is a ruthlessness. Those places works off. Well, I don't think Jamaica might perceive themselves as being ruthless, but ruthless in crime and violence, but not necessarily in the way they treat like. Oh, I would put it in like, for instance, in sports and those things. I don't think the ruthlessness there, like in the selection process and those stuff. So you believe that, say, for instance, let me put it the right way. You believe that we should always leave a pathway that we can try balance the book to get some of these guys some experience because they don't have it in the league to get it. So like we should have some incentivized positions for them in the national team, just to make things can be livable, because we realize this is a walking problem. This is a walking problem that we do have in the country, because I heard a person talking, the guy for the JPL, and he was talking like his players fighting for a position in the national team, so they expect this thing. You understand me? And you think, say, that's what really reached the persons them in the position inside Jamaica that's doing selection, that they pretty much get bullied into have to make a balanced decision.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
trying to be empathetic.
no, I do think there must be a level of pressure from that standpoint. Even the coach that came when he first came, he literally told the media like the selection was
Oh,
based on
mhm.
pressure from the public and everybody that's in Jamaica just telling him like this kid, you have to check this kid out, you have to see him. So he put him in the team, he put him in the training squad to see him for himself. Um, but I don't think that's enough of an excuse. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're in those positions, your ultimate goal should be to have the best possible product go out on the field, right? And if we're being honest with ourselves, sometimes the selection, well, a lot of the times, most of the time, 95% of the time, there are selections made that make you wonder, how is this possible? How is this possible? Because we have enough talent out there to formulate a team and not have to worry about who gets injured or who come off the field. And the coach, will have a way to set out a winning team. But like you said, there's pressures that come from places that the powers that be succumb to. And sometimes those powers don't need any pressure either. They just want to do it. So there's two ways to look at it as well. But I don't know. I think we're looking at it from the wrong perspective though, because I don't know why the national team became the only way to export your player. There's so many examples of players that never play for Jamaica, and yeah, they might not go to the biggest league when they leave, but they're gone to a league, they're somewhere else, and they're developing towards another move. So I don't buy this whole thing that you have
Yeah.
to get a call up to get in order to get to
but
better
but we,
yourself.
but Jason, I don't want to interject there, but just to have that, you remember the conversation we just have a while ago. We have a culture, and cultures are cultures, and the fact that we believe that we're the best at everything at the start, it sometimes it kind of make things more difficult. You understand me? And the fact that we are Jamaicans, and Jamaicans are out of many one people, so we had that luxury to get these players coming in, and it seems like people saying that we are neglecting other people. So it looks like we have to forcefully be a out of many one people, out of many one people team, not necessarily the best players. It looks like we have to just make it be that way, because it looks like a lot of people will just be upset, and a lot of people don't want to have those tears on their backs. I'm telling you, Jason, that's what I am getting from this situation. So it looks like, no care what we say, it's going to not be the best 24 players or 23 players. It's going to be the best 18 players, and then two other players you have questioned everything about, and then three other players fit in because of some statements made about paperwork for somebody else and release clause for somebody else. You understand me? I just think that we have to just get up and realize that is the system of Jamaica works, and then we start evaluate based on that. You understand me? Not necessarily what we will fully have on this listing, but just wait until it drops. That's what I do get, Jason. I'm telling you honest. I've come to that conclusion now that I
So
give up.
that's an improvement from the seven that Hall was put in. That's only five.
Yes,
So we're getting closer.
5. Yes. So I can't. I'm hearing. I'm talking to people, and it does sound like what we're doing, making them lose hope, and the guys in Naga can't do nothing. And also, yeah, it sometimes depressing, man. Like me, I say, people no can't see the long haul of this thing to say that if we actually win something, it actually give Jamaica hope, not the 5 players we are trying to put in the team. No, it's actually the entire Jamaica you would be giving hope, because that will be 2 billion going into infrastructure for Jamaican kids. So why is it we want to just selfishly? But it just rough, yeah, man. Artalov said, JD, remember back in the days, if you didn't play for a certain club in Jamaica, you couldn't get called, no matter how good you are. That is a fact. That is a fact, massive, massive respect.
Yeah, man.
Umzo,
That ruined JD career, man. Same thing.
Brain Jane, big up yourself, massive respect. Umzo says, why is everyone attack Flemo? Though you never listen to what this conversation started. It started by me. I said I've heard a person spoke on it, and all I'm just hearing is just waffle around the corner. Like it's mandated spot for these people. So for instance, if these persons not having a position, like it's not going good for them in a club, and they were one of the more project kids them growing up, is like we use but the national team to boost them back, because we need to listen to this, guys. I'm gonna pull up 7 of these players getting sold, and you don't get any key stats on the players them. The first thing you get, Jason, because them saw them play for Jamaica team. And Jamaica team consists of Mikel Antonio, Ethan Pinnock, Leon Bailey, and stuff. So they must have something to get them over the line. Even a guy made the bench for Jamaica in the Peru game, and he got sold to a team in either he was in Canada, and then he left the United States. One of the two. I have to go back for his name. They said the reason why they picked him was because he made the national team. So the national team has a big effect on how people look at you. Obviously, maybe if you fail the first time, people will look at your track record. So it will be extremely hard for you to get a next move. But they won't want to give up because it worked for them once. So they will do it again. And I think if he makes the team, it's based off that policy. You get me, Jason? And that
Yep.
is my problem. That is my problem right there. That is my problem right there, guys. I just believe that give a hard-working guy, like O'Marlon said, Chevante Stewart working hard, than giving somebody that failed and never got an opportunity to put himself in a position, Jason. You understand me? I would willing to try with the next guy, but never have the opportunity, none at all. You
Yeah.
get me? Because I know your present farm over here, and the next one has a farm. So I would give that one the opportunity. You know?
So me never. Why Umzo keep saying we never talk about Ravel? Me never explain myself why
No,
Ravel.
ums have problems. Marlon says Nicholson, Paris, Campbell, Cephas, Wait, Faster, East, Beckford. They didn't get transferred because of the national team. Okay, Marlon, but not because them never got transferred because of it, Marlon. Others got transferred because of it, because I have the documented proof, and it's not a little. Um, um, you guys said
Jimenez Pearson. I know those
You
two
guys
for
said
sure.
Zimini Pearson got contract before, and I've seen the
No,
statement
no,
from
no.
both
I'm saying
clubs,
those. Oh,
and
people were saying that.
no, no,
People were
no,
saying.
people in Jamaica said they got contract before.
Oh
And
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
both club statement is because they saw these kids playing for Jamaica and Jamaica
U20.
under 20s as well. That's
Mm-hmm.
what both still did the conversation to make it go forward. So it's like the opposite of what you're saying. So both Marlon, so if you move, you put 7 here or 5 or whatever number is, 55, 25 out of them get contract because of the national team. So it's helping Marlon. It's helping Big Boss. Yeah, go ahead, Jason. You're saying something?
No, no, no. I was just going on that what we're just talking about. Nothing different.
Manavala, I never said I never said it can work, Manavala. This is the reason why we are here, because it can't work. But this is the thing that keeps on working, it keep on happening. You understand me? But I'm trying to find a way, a way to say that maybe this is what they're trying to do, and they're trying to find the cutest way to get it. As I think I think leader said it best. He said it off accident. Pin king stats with Pinnock. You understand me? Like if you're selling a project, you sell it towards the level of the next player. You understand me? That is exactly what they were trying to do over the years. You understand me? But it's just a false pride, because football don't work that way. One player will make the next player looks good. What happened when he's on his own? You understand me, Jason? That is exactly what it is. What leader said. Pin someone stats to someone else stats, so you can show that, but that can't push you past nowhere. You understand me? Because that's not reality. The reality is you put an next man in a position to pressure him to mentor something when you have an objective out there to get done, but you gave him 2 objectives instead of 1. You understand me? And that is the big problem there. You get me? And then no, you come back in the end and talk about you need to pin this man stats when really and truly the man that babysit somebody out there as well too. You understand me? And still up here try win the game as well. So that is the truth, man. So guys, it's just rough. It's just rough, and I have to tell you the reality. I'm not gonna beat around the bush and tell you any story, but it's going to be tough for this coach to pick the team, and it's going to be tough for it's a tough pill to swallow. So you're going to hear the coach, if the coach pick the right players, them you're going to hear Jamaica mash up. You're going to hear more statements made from people that you think was okay with the system, because now their players don't get picked. The coach is going to get disrespected, and if the coach don't go there and win the games, it's going to get significantly worse. You get me? When all this should be a process to go into the World Cup, not we have to win them for sure. So the coach is good enough. It was a building process for a step up, like for the real final battle for the World Cup, because that is the man mission to get to the World Cup. You get me? But watch what will happen, Jason, and then everything will revert back to what they were doing before. You see where we have the problem? We can't have no continuity as to what someone doing good, because you're not giving the man any opportunity.
And
Yes, definitely.
JD, me not tell a lie, JD and JC, when the coach make a statement say he might get the database and for the future and might be not profit for. You know, say me laugh. Me laugh, JD, when the coach make that statement then, because me know say not to understand the type of system and federation where Jamaica work with. Might be my feel it right now, but when he make that statement, then me laugh, because Schaefer did I try get database too, and Tapa just come in and wipe out everything. So when these are the things where the fans them need to check, say Jamaica football is just, as me say from the start, and me hit the nail on my head, is like an investment with some of them money, and them cannot lose them money, because it's all about the dough in Jamaica. It's all about the money. We're there on the ground, and none of them fans here who living in Jamaica can trick me. Cause me see it with my eye. It's all about the money. It's in every sector. Every sector I feel it. And not just football alone. It's all about the dough. You see me? So when the coach made that statement, the JD and Jason, I laugh. Because me I say if the man gone by tomorrow, it's a different thing. Me sure that even the database so that it would have catch cobweb. Can them only look at the paper or the system when built. Me I tell you, a fact that.
Marlon says, the man says, 2 of the players that Marlon listed played before. Marlon says 80% of the players that are getting contract overseas now has nothing to do with the national team. Why? I don't know, Marlon. I don't know, I don't know. I have to fact check that again. And
I
when
don't
like
know.
if you fact check it, it's not going to come out the exact 80% as what you said right there, because
I don't know.
majority of
I
them get
don't know the
contract are
percent.
actually national team. When me majority of them when me know where I get contract are out of the national team, me know them, are someone affiliated with the national team, me know them from. So I
JD,
don't know.
let me hit Marlon with this because the coach come hit JFF and enough other people hit them. Why you think JFF get some non-surround friendlies? We don't make no sense in a no period. When I prepare for nothing, but friendly just pop up and them have to fly go Mars to get that one game there and fly come back at Jamaica. Then they check our next friendly again, two set of different man, them fly at space, them come back. Marlon, come here. Marlon, be honest, Marlon. Marlon, and my question to Marlon as well. Go look back on all of the Jamaica squad because I know the player they may watch every league. Me say watch every league. And look on some of the name them where the panelists and come tell me say you don't know about that we could have started over man we a Jamaican. Come on, Marlon, answer that. Come on, people, don't make nobody trick you. Cause nobody can trick me.
All right, so it looks like it's a chicken war gonna start, and I wanted to just make sure we give out information. But guys, when I do come here, it's thing that I've already processed. I am going to talk about. You get me? So it's not just me just come here and say something. You get me? So if Marlon them want to challenge me, if I see Ishmael them want to say them say what them want to say, but I am going to tell you that I don't really agree with it, to be honest. I respect Marlon, me and Marlon work for years. But me and everything I agree with Marlon I
You
said, but
know,
Marlon has him
I
right.
know.
But we not agree with it
Funny,
same way.
funny enough, me and Marlon never agree on the Thomas point, but me kind of more agree with Marlon on that one. Yeah, I don't know if it's 80%, but the point I was making was we need to get away from thinking that the players can't get moves without the national team. That's why the pressure reached the administrator so hard. And there is a way to get contracts. Yes, I agree, the man, that it might be a higher league you go to if you had the international experience before.
All right.
But if you want to make money, you have to sweat for the money. So you might go to a small
Jesus,
league,
Jesus,
tear it up, and you go somewhere else.
and JD, and upon that channel, Mr. Speed come and say, no, but me done. Me I go leave right now. This is my point, and me know this are facts because the man company channel. Mr. Speed said, and Pastor Love said, he will not. JFF will not be building no more players' career.
Yes,
And
he
it's
said
on
that's what he said.
YouTube. And I go school. I know what that means. That means the JFF did
No, but
a build
you never
players
Martin, you
career.
never forgot school. You never forgot school. Either Martin, him
And what them I
explain it.
tell me say?
Him
What them I tell
explain
me
it,
say?
and it's the opposite of what Marlon saying. It's the opposite of what
Opposite
Marlon
and him
saying.
and Speed and the technical director him come break it up on YouTube man and
Yes,
people go look.
that's
He
exactly what
said
him said.
JFF will not be building players' career going forward because of this coach. That means that JFF was building players' career
No,
before.
but him said some of them people are disrespectful, and because remember that statement, I kind of know where that statement was tied to, Remember when the president said that most of these guys they were the ones that gave them opportunity for people to see them, and now they want to hold up the federation to say that they want their money and time. Which is respectful, because if a man pay work for him, thing him for getting money on time. But because them things say them a friend and company, you see it, you say unprofessionalism, senior Jason, because you think say you're the man my friend and company because you give them the thing and them are never nobody when them get the opportunity, and when them get the opportunity, them are sticking up and say them want them money when them complain. And that was a problem. So them feel like say them can't talk to these guys anymore. You get me? So anytime them play them want them money same time, which is professionalism. And them a call them out and I show them up in at the end. So them a make sure they make them know so them now build no more people from lower level for come and hype on them in at the end. Because them things
Yeah,
them that
because
build security. But
Yeah, because
no,
anything.
as an security, that the unprofessionalism at its highest. You get me?
Yeah, and anytime unprofessionalism is involved, that means your standard's not going to be there. So, like you might be watching a football game on your computer, and you go to a site and you just watch it on a stream and it mash up. You can't upset say it mash up because you don't pay for it. But if you watch it on your TV and you pay a bill every month and it mash up, you go vex. Standards are go different based on where you put out.
Yes, agreed. We're not gonna pressure it on people because our thing them now we're not gonna stretch it past nothing. 1 hour was the limit. And you guys turn up massive respect. We want to say congratulations to Michail Antonio. Hopefully he can turn up and do something for Jamaica now because he won everything now. So if he can take a 3 days or if they can still make him get the rest and turn up at the back end for the Gold Cup, like a day or two before the Gold Cup is still in very good form. You understand me? And good shape as well. So he should be able to come in and fit up. But if he can make the actual trip, that would be even more nice. You understand me? But if he does not make the trip, I would understand why he could make the trip for these immediate games coming. You understand me? I could fully understand, and nobody can say this man is not committed because that makes no logical sense. You get me? If he can't make the first trip and he has to meet up for the second game, I have no problem, and I don't think nobody should have any problem unless they are making up stories. When our camp commencing, today is how much? When is the first game?
The
No,
first game is the
the
15th.
full. The first game is the 15th,
Yeah,
15th and the 19th, right?
yeah.
15th and the 19th. So 3 days. Maybe he can reach closer to the time, maybe a day or so before the first game. And you get at least a 3 day solid 3 day rest and you come in. And if you have to miss the first game and play the second game, because really and truly you're just getting warm for the actual tournament. So if you miss any one of the games, it's not a problem. But I think he might need some rest because it's a long season, and you can give him a week or a day, or a 3 day or a 4 day, and then bring him back in at the back end. And it should not be a problem. I don't want to hear that he can't go to the Gold Cup because he can't play them 2 games, yeah. And the coach system might be impacted on these 2 games. I don't want to hear those madness because because I know the story is coming. Yes, I know the story is coming. So you just look out for it. Believe me. So Liga MX is one of the top 10 leagues in the world. No national caps are needed to get a contract in Mexico. Jamaicans don't even need visa to travel to Mexico to try out. Yeah, but Eagle Republic, you
Eagle
have to
Republic,
actually
them have to
want it.
want the player them.
You have
Them
to
have to
want the
want the
player,
player them.
You
We are
said
gonna
that
just
I mean,
show
I
up.
understand you left the biggest part out of the whole conversation, Eagle Public, before you say that. Somebody have to want you. You can't just turn up at any tryouts without an
Them
agent.
club they not have open tryouts, brother. You can't just show up on a Friday and go into the stadium and try out. Them thing they no work.
All right. They should leave Sunday. So Demarai Gray will be there. I don't know. Marlon says everybody should be in camp. So clearly Marlon pretty much working right because Marlon have all the information. So maybe Marlon can tell you. I don't know. I don't know. Marlon can tell you that he should be in camp.
Marlon, do you have any
And
information on the flight? Who is gonna be on the trip to Austria? Since you know what day and everything, you know all when player reaching, so maybe you know the players too.
how many? Marlon, be careful there before you comment in there because you're coming off away right now, People might start think funny, So you better just relax and stay upon the panelist so you can answer people back fast. Because once these people paint them picture here, you can't unpaint, Come like a permanent marker.
Coming like
So
the
be
fans
very
them.
careful. Yes, so be very, very careful. All right? Yeah, man, be very careful.
Yeah, man,
Um,
cause I'll know me I hide from some Nigerian, Marlon. So you have to be careful out here.
yeah, but you go I tell the people, but I'm gonna lose them and when they win. So what you there? How many players from Concacaf plays in Liga MX? People plays there, Marlon. It's not every team of all Mexican players in it. Imalan, me not understand where that come from.
No,
Imalan just
but
has
I think
something to say.
He might ask about Concacaf, but
No, look,
um,
him say how many players from Concacaf plays in Liga MX because he wants to say it's not much play in it. But Marlon, if you're good people playing, because if the thinks that nobody not good enough for it, Marlon, they would not have people from outside in it. You'd have had all Mexicans. So stop trying to
yeah.
shield for Jamaican players because Marlon is becoming a shield now in the comment section. And that mega call him out because him keep and I do it over and over. Him have an excuse for your excuse. Him have an excuse for an excuse. So me have a call out Marlon. Marlon
Me
make
Same,
I
like a
call
same
him
this,
shield.
out
same
to
this.
JD because when me just talk and watch YouTube, and me, them time them me was like the fans them were just say Jamaica the greatest because the only TVJ and news and me say Jamaica world star when YouTube open my eye. Marlon was not like this, so right me I question him right now.
No man.
No,
No,
JD, in my
no.
opinion, no, you are JD, me and Martin, JD. Do me not disrespect, but me I watch Marlon because when me just listen to him, him never, me don't know if Marlon I watch too much JPL, but Marlon, mine, Marlon. Cause I never like this as a fan, I mean, look up, see, and you and JD and Jesus was one of the people then way show me say better out there. Mine, Marlon, mine,
All
I'm
right,
at
but
last saying
Martin,
that
Martin.
JD, big up. Me I go eat me fish and later, yeah.
All right. Just take care, Martin. Take care, Martin. Lord
Yeah.
God. All right, Martin. Take care. God. All right, so people, I will have to. Jason, want we give the people more time, or we have to just cut out of here because me can't. But the whole World War 15, because see, Marlon make man and him up for a war, He make man and him a fear war, because him keep on. I tell you that, brother, nobody can question Marlon. He's the most unbiased and knowledgeable person on YouTube. Mr. Revolution, stop with your fake account, Mr. Revolution. All right, I kind of know who you are because maybe you don't know much about computers as me. All right, yes, you're coming right with a fake account right on time. All right, yes. So I am telling you, Marlon
I
is
have enough
making an
things to
excuse
do.
for an
Go on, Pio.
excuse. All right? Yes, Marlon is making an excuse for an excuse. Anybody can get called out. Marlon called me out. Me can call out Marlon just the same. So go away, Mr. Revolution. Boy, your revolution. You're an ex false prophet. And that's a problem.
No, but the thing is, Marlon and me disagree on the stream already, and we agree on the stream already. One thing we can respect about Marlon, him have an opinion. At least him have an opinion. Too many people in here
Yes.
don't have one. Them don't have nothing to talk about. Them just come in and nitpick what people are saying, and them don't have an opinion. I actually have seen Marlon's face. I can put a face to the comment them. Anybody
If
else
you
who
see,
want to
if
challenge
you
me,
see Mr. Revolution, you would have dropped down who it
I'm
is.
frightened, don't it?
Yes.
Yeah, man,
Yes.
a few of them more one
Fake
day.
illusion.
I'm gonna draw them out one day, and the whole of them are forward. I'm gonna know who
They,
I
they
talk.
will not. They will not. Yeah, if I ever say it two times, people will know exactly what it is, but I prefer not to say it. All right?
Yeah,
Yes.
man,
The
just
fake
build, man.
illusion.
Just build, man.
All right. So, guys, we have done our time here. Our time was to congratulate Mr. Michael Antonio. Yes. And we have to talk about the other guys and we put them in the listing. So, you guys could get to enjoy it. And that's what we want to stay on. All right. We want to stay on sensible things, not just go down the rabbit hole of just arguing about the JFF. Because anytime you bring up real reality, I've learned some things because from the other day I've been watching things and I've learned a lot of things and it's a lot of hypocrisy in Jamaica's football and a lot of corruption. And only way you guys support corruption is if when the friends them are do corruption. All right? Yes, that's what I've learned over the last 2 weeks. Yes. When it's when you know for fight against the JFF, If only want to know friends them to be corrupted, we don't know. I only want to know benefits them out of it. All right, that's one thing I've learned, and that's why I'm gonna stay far, and I'm just gonna come and support Jamaica, just as how you guys support Jamaica. But I'm not into it as how I first looked at it, because I realized a lot of fake people in this space and in Jamaica. You know, a lot of fake people, which it's terrible, because this was started as a solution to something. You understand me? And now it's not a solution to nothing. You know, people are very much hypocritical. You know, yeah, man. And that's what I want to finish it at, because maybe you don't know that I've watched, but very much hypocritical, man. You get me? Yeah, man. So people want to big up on yourself, and I am just hoping Jamaica can win games, because that's the only thing I came here for, to turn my TV on and to see Jamaica win the games. Them. That's all I only want, nothing else. You get me? Yes. And I don't know what Jason want. Jason can just tell them what they want. You get me?
Yeah, no, everybody big up. Make sure if you never do it yet, smash up the like button. And it is so true, you know, everybody pretty much, you see most of the same names in these chat sections and everything. I just want everybody just pre-war go on, you know, and don't be afraid to say how you feel. You know, I just think the more that people speak their mind on these platforms, we might actually be able to get somewhere. And stop being so worried about where you are when you make statements and all these things. Just be yourself, bro. Be yourself. Be yourself. That's enough to do. Too many of you follow people. Just be on yourselves. And that's all I have to say on that.
All right. So big up Richie. Big up everybody that came in. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and just take care, and take care of the mental health. Big up. All right. Peace out.